the judiciary launched an alternative justice strategy, AJS. We are trying to increase the application through AGS of our African traditional methods in settling disputes across the country. The judiciary between the 5th and 9th of August this year conducted a settlement week. It was piloted in 10 courts. At the end of 1 week, they settled 237 cases. These were completed. We settled 49 cases at the Court of Appeal. And we have continued to settle many more. What does it need? Training of mediators. So this will help us to reduce backlog, but in addition to reducing the backlog, it helps people to go back happy. I encourage you to update yourselves on current developments that are going on in your community and try to educate the rest of the members of your community to embrace and go forward with mediation.
The judiciary of Uganda, through its transformation agenda, has revamped mediation throughout the courts of Uganda using alternative dispute resolution as means of improving access to justice for the people. The purpose of the alternative dispute training is to empower the stakeholders with the necessary skills to be able to carry out mediation in the region. Okumuringa Christine, Orako Benson Pastore, West Nile Television, Nilecast. More in our stories, the Prime Minister, Right Honorable Robina Nabanja, commissioned a multi-billion Pakwach District new administrative block, stating that the newly constructed facility should be an opportunity for job creation to the entire people of Pakwach District. Take a look.
Of the main office block was commissioned by Right Honorable Nabanja Robina, the Prime Minister of the Republic of Uganda, on 26th October.
The Prime Minister, Right Honorable Robina Nabanja, has this afternoon, 26 October 2024, commissioned the multi-billion Pakwach District Administrative Block. During the commissioning of the blocks, Right Honorable Nabanja said the new administrative blocks should be an opportunity for job creations to the entire people of Pakwach District.
This significant milestone as we commission the new administration block for Pakwach District. This facility is not just a building, it is a symbol of our commitment as NILE government to strengthen local governance.
Honorable Avurjan Pachotho, Pakwach District Woman Member of Parliament, appealed to the Prime Minister to have a helping hand to Owere Primary School, which has been submerged by floods.
The community of Owere, like the LC5 nation, they have to cross twice. The primary school and the secondary school goers have to do the same. And it costs money. I raised this matter in Parliament, and my district has already submitted a report.
Meanwhile, Honorable Raphael Magezi, Minister for Local Government, commended Pakwach District Local Government for the quality work to prove the value for money.
They have built district headquarters. What I'm seeing here, I'm surprised. It would have even cost about 6 billion. But I'm told you have only used about 2.5 billion. Well done. Keep up that spirit.
Honorable Omito Robert Steen, Chairperson Local Council 5 Pakwach District, said they have not used any funds apart from the central government. Honorable Omito further appealed to the central government to add more funds to Pakwach District Local Government to complete the structure.
We congratulate you first for inviting you to be our chief guest for belated Women's Day. And it happens that there was a reshuffle. But that very day we were supposed to hold the function. You still You had the swearing-in ceremony at State House, but you still delegated Minister of State Veterans Affairs. We thank you so much. Who brought 5 hard cash million and the women really enjoyed it.
The newly commissioned blocks cost over 4.6 billion shillings and has 130 rooms that will be able to accommodate all heads of departments in the district.
More in our stories, the resident district commissioner for Moyo District, Mr. Gore Goffin, has appealed to the South Sudanese Authority to consider improving the road network from Jale via Kojokeji to Juba so as to boost trade among the two nations. Okumu Dominic reports.
The appeal comes after the authorities discovered that the Kajokeji to Juba road is the shortest route to the capital of South Sudan, but has for long been abandoned because of the insurgency in the area. Mr. Gore Goffin, the resident district commissioner Moyo, during a recent visit to Kajokeji, appeals to the Kajokeji leaders to consider working on the road network stretching from the Ugandan border via Kajokeji to South Sudan's capital Juba so as to boost trade among the two neighboring nations, saying the government of Uganda has prioritized the tarmacking of the Laropi to Jale road, which connects to the border, and therefore request the South Sudan leaders to work on their roads so as to promote easy movement and boost trade, which in turn brings development.
I want to bring to this gathering that very soon, possibly by next month, government of Uganda will be launching the commencement of construction of Laropi Bridge on River Nile. That will make the shortest route to Juba through Kajukeji. That bridge construction is coming with a road construction to complete tarmacking of the road from Laropi to our border with South Sudan in Nyakoli and Jale.
Honorable James Jangawani, the representative of the National Legislative Assembly of South Sudan, said the people of Kajokeji feel working on the Kajokeji to Juba road will be the only independence gift they can get from the government, and therefore request the governor to pass the message to the head of state so that the road can be made motorable for vehicles to connect the people of Kajokeji to the capital Juba.
I'm asking us to convey this apology to you and directly to pass it in turn to the president, that implore him to let the direct road to Juba be made passable to vehicles, even if to the standards made by the SPLM for their military operations on Juba in 1992. They remembered with warmth when the SPLM made rudimentary repairs and the road was able to sustain military operations over Juba, logistics over that operations, and evacuation of the wounded. They see this road as the only treasurable gift of independence they would hang on with all their souls.
Kenyi Henry John, the youth chairperson Kajokeji County, said the Kajokeji-Juba road, once worked upon, will improve the livelihood of the people of Kajokeji, especially the youth, and therefore request the government to work on the road so as to better the lives of the people of Kajokeji.
Roads, especially Juba-Kajokeji road, which later Your Excellency will get in another speaker that will give more details on how important is this road to the livelihood of the people of Kajokeji, and more especially the young people.
The Kajokeji-Juba road was last worked on in the late 90s during the liberation struggle to ease the movement of the liberation fighters from Kajokeji to Juba, but however, due to the constant insurgency after the independence in the area, the road was destroyed, leaving it in a very deplorable condition. It's from this that the leaders are requesting the government to consider working on this road so as to help link the people of Kajokeji to the capital Juba. Dominic Anthony Okumu, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
More in our stories. During the Nebi Anglican Diocese 31st anniversary celebration, which took place at Adwongo, Koch Awinga Parish Church of Uganda, Religious leaders were called upon to give spiritual and career guidance to their children as they nurture them for a brighter future. Alfred Jawok reports.
Religious leaders have been called upon to give spiritual and career guidance to their children as they nurture them for a brighter future. This was revealed over the weekend at Aduongo Koch, Awenga Parish Church of Uganda, as Nebi Anglican Diocese celebrated 31st anniversary since 1999. During the celebration, Honorable Huda Olero, the State Minister for Defense and Veterans Affairs, who was the chief guest, urged all religious leaders, regardless of their denominations, to give career guidance to their children as they grow up. Honorable Olero said many parents have neglected their parental roles in counseling and guiding their children, hence leading to dropout from school, among others. She applauded the current leadership of Bishop Right Reverend Pons Ozelawinju for steering the diocese to a greater extent.
In 2021, the leadership of the Diocese of Nebi and the UPDF leadership agreed that the diocese leaves Koch Airfield and the other plots that belong to the diocese, and also mobilize the community to support the UPDF to have put a barracks here.
The Bishop of Nebi Anglican Diocese, Right Reverend Pons Ozelawinju, remarked that he has commenced mobilization to complete Cathedral Church and call upon all well-wishers to support church activities. He further acknowledged the contributions made by Reverend Canon James Oshidi Awor, the first Archdeacon of Nebi Anglican Diocese.
That did not only cover the present Nebi Diocese, but went up to Rhino Camp.
Ma etimu teach in Nebi Diocese makawoni yekenengo entering kusha Rhino Camp.
That is Venerable James Oshidi Awor.
Bailingati mangengo to Venerable James Oshidi Award.
And this year's celebration is in their recognition. Can I humbly ask you to stand?
Meanwhile, Honorable Quishin Grace Freedom, Senior Presidential Advisor who doubles as Chairperson Construction Works of St. Stephen's Cathedral Goli, pledged support to the church. Honorable Quishin narrated that church leaders should preach unity and love among their believers.
That's why I stand boldly to tell you that let us support government programs. Don't despise these small programs that is coming. Receive the little you can to take you to another level. I am very happy because I saw a store up there which existed some time back, and I was asking Honorable Chairman LC5 what is existing there in that store.
Nebi Anglican Diocese was carved out from Madian Western Diocese in 1993, and Bishop Orombi was then consecrated as the first bishop of the diocese. Alfred Jawok, West Nile TV, Nilecast.
As the Bet Power FIFA Big League continues, the pressure still keeps on piling on the teams that are from West Nile region. I can confirm to you, teams like Calvary on the Paraka Football Club, not forgetting about the team of that Spider Black Angels that comes from Greater Alu region, all failed to pick maximum number of points over the weekend as Bet Power FIFA Big League continues. And also in European football, more especially in the English Premier League, the defeat Manchester United picked into the hands of Das West Ham United cost Das Erik ten Hag. As I speak right now, he is no longer the head coach of Manchester United. Let's start it within the home soil, that's in West Nile region, in relation to what is happening in Bet Power FIFA Big League. As I said earlier on, West Nile-based clubs, they are not performing very well in Bet Power FIFA Big League, and they had games over the weekend. And Onduparaga had an encounter with one of the newly promoted sides, calling to Kasese. In the process, they had to share the spoil, which ended in a 1-1 tie. Meanwhile, it was also the sharing of spoil between Paida Black Angels and Malaba Youth Development Association in sort as Maida, as they went on to also draw their game, which ended 2-2. In the process, Maida had a red card. Meanwhile, for the team of Calvary, a team that comes from Midigo, particularly in Yumbe, they also lost their encounter when they were away to Gaddafi, and they were beaten by 2-0. Not only the teams that are coming from West Nile region that got engaged in games over the weekend, other teams also played with Boma, edging out Kwaro Karunzi by 1-0. Meanwhile, Blacks Power had a 2-0 win over Stubborn Kataka, and for Busoga, they lost into the hands of Trinidad Boys, which ended by 2-1. And of course, also West Nile Regional League bouncing back, and most of the big match guys, so far called Giants, most of them, they lost their games. And the biggest win was actually registered by Nebi Central over the team of Son Central, one of the newly promoted sides, as the thruster side of Son. Meanwhile, for Araka, they were actually 8. For Tipsa, they won their game. Korok Rising Stars also winning their game, and Coach Urban being beaten by also one of the newly promoted sides called the Nyangilia Football Club. And for Barakala City, they have started the campaign with a win over Okokoro United, beating Okokoro United by 2-0. These are the updates I feel I need to give you as far as West Nile Regional League is concerned. Meanwhile, for Alpha Rising Stars, they had a 2-1 win over Parombo Missions there. Let's now get to Europe, and we'll talk about some of the games that transpired. Yesterday, there were 4 games played in English Premier League. Spurs being beaten by Crystal Palace in London Derby by 1-0. Meanwhile, for Manchester United, they lost it late into the hands of West Ham. West Ham did beat them by 2-1. The late kick-off game was actually between not Manchester United, Arsenal up against Liverpool, which ended 2-2. And for Chelsea, they beat Newcastle by 2-1. And in German Bundesliga, Bayern Munich picked the biggest win, of course, beating aside Bochum by 5-0. Let's go systematically, and we'll start with the English Premier League. Like I said earlier on Saturday, around 5 games we are played, with Aston Villa sharing the spoil with Bournemouth, which ended 1-1. Brentford got it late against Ipswich Town, beating them by 4-3. And for Brighton and Hove Albion, they settled for a draw with Wolves. Southampton, meanwhile, lost into the hands of Manchester City narrowly by 1-0. Everton sharing the spoils with Fulham, which ended 1-1. I had already given you the results of the game that took place yesterday. Meanwhile, in Spanish La Liga, Real Madrid were actually hammered by a certain Barcelona at Santiago Bernabeu, which ended by 4-0. For Las Palmas, the ASDF Girona by 1-0. The same scoreline registered by Rayo Vallecano over Deportivo Alaves, also 1-0. Villarreal was away to Valladolid, and of course they won the game by 2-1. Then yesterday, Leganes were 3-0 winners over Celta Vigo, with Getafe also drawn 1-1 with Valencia. Atletico Madrid lost into the hands of Real Betis, which ended by 1-0. For Osasuna, they were away to Real Sociedad, and they won the game by 2-0. And in German Bundesliga, Augsburg did edge out Dortmund by 2-1. Dortmund right now, they're under the managerial sectorship of Nur Sahin, their former midfielder. For RB, they beat Freiburg by 3-1. Meanwhile, for St. Pauli, they played out a barren draw with Wolfsburg. Hostel Kiel lost into the hands of Stuttgart 2-1, and Werder Bremen settled for a 2-2 draw with Bayer Leverkusen. Then yesterday, Bayern beating aside Bochum 5-0. Union Berlin settled for 1-1 draw with Eintracht Frankfurt, with Heidenheim playing a barren draw with Hoffenheim. What about in Italian Serie A? Basketball scoreline was registered yesterday night in the last game played in Italian Serie A yesterday night, with Inter settling for 4-4 draw with the team of Juventus. For Parma, they also shared the spoil, but with a different scoreline, which ended 1-1 with Empoli. Lazio Roma were 3-0 winners over Genoa. For Monza, they settled for a 2-2 draw with Venezia. Actually, the Real Roma, that's AS Roma, was demolished aside by Fiorentina 5-1. Then on Saturday, Napoli edged out Lecce by 1-0, with Bologna's game up against AC Milan being postponed. Let's close the chapter there, and we open it till tomorrow. Still the same face, same name, and in the same television, bouncing back tomorrow at the same time to give you what continues to happen in the world of sports. Have the best of your night.
And that view marks the end of the Nilecast on Union West Nile Television. Thank you always for taking the time to be with us from the beginning of the Nilecast to the end of the Nilecast on Union West Nile Television. Please stay tuned to the rest of the subsequent programs that will follow. My name's Okumaringa Christine.